people started to ask me if I've been here. The thing is that I challenge myself every time to go to different area, different park where I've never been before. Because it's fun to find the gifts of the nature in a new place and pretty much feel the connection with the land, with the nature, with whatever we find, without being prepared. Because like, look, seems like you brought from the Mars to this place, and right in front of you there are clover. Clover is very edible. Even if it's not blooming, blooms are of course sweet, but you can eat clover right away. So, like, you don't have to go far to find like benefits from the nature. How many people are new to the foraging? Anyone? Okay, good. 3, 4 people. So I will probably start from basic stuff, not like talking advanced techniques. It's pretty much, I would say, 90% of what's around us has some benefits known to people already. Not known to me necessarily, because I'm just the same as you. I just share what I find, what I know. But there is lots of good stuff around us. And as people start asking questions like about poisonous plants or about ticks, my perspective is that this place is the source of abundance, okay, and prosperity. That source where we came from is the source of scarcity, okay? So there is more gold here than over there. Gold, I mean, for us as live beings. This area, like the nature itself, provides us with lots of energy, lots of wisdom, lots of power. That's where we have to gain all of our abilities that we need to survive through that stuff, okay? So that's a big difference. That's why I keep people attracting to nature and to pretty much to feel, to connect, to feel the vibe. Like, there are so many proofs that you receive most of creativity from the nature. You connect back to your source through the nature. Connect back to your purpose, connect to your existence pretty much on this earth. So, comparing with other areas, this is more urban area. So it's like small cluster of greenery, thanks that it's available still. I'm not expecting to find some complicated stuff like rare. Pretty much I see some repeated plants already. But from the basic stuff, it's just like burdock is here. Besides the clover, there's burdock, young leaves, which is edible. And then when they create those stacks, people use stacks same as rhubarb. It's biennial plant. When the stacks are green, you still can cut them out and try them to use as a rhubarb.
Nice.
So
And
just the stalks that are usable on this?
stalks, young leaves,
Okay,
and roots.
and the roots.
Like later on, like the best time to collect the roots is the late fall, because that's when they pretty much collect all of the nutrients. So it's too early to gather the roots right now, but later on you definitely dig the roots. The roots are medicinal, more than like any part of the plant. Goldenrod is leaves and blooms in tea. They are stimulative, and they release lots of sweat from you, so it helps in times of fever and colds. Also, the indigenous people use goldenrod in topical applications, on like skin irritation, more like up to the wounds and burns, to apply topically from like fresh leaves and blooms. So like there is like long list of purposes where goldenrod helps.
Elderberry?
Yes. Yeah, it's a very, very rare to see the berries still available.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Quite a good variety. Yeah. I don't know.
Or birds help them out. Like regular
Elderberry.
Regular elderberries, yeah. This big tree is the white willow.
Like
The willow bark is the natural source of aspirin. And I would like to grab a
Is that the
branch. So let's take shorter branch. It's not this bark that is used, it's the inner bark. And there is white. This is all bark before the lumber starts, the core of the wood.
So are you talking about when you say aspirin, the real original aspirin?
Exactly. Yep.
Really, eh?
Yep. Okay, I will shorten the stick just for demonstration. See, the bark goes off easily, and then anyway, for example, on this particular piece, you take off this inner layer, like this, only white stuff. But I've seen one time I seen it on a video when indigenous ladies do exactly these things, and they while sitting and extracting the bark, they are chewing this internal bark. White layer, which is an inner bark, that's what is used as the source of aspirin. And you brought a good point that I wanted to highlight. Some plants are really like poisonous, okay? But then, for example, the buckthorn, okay? You cannot use any raw part of the plant, okay, because it's poisonous, including the berries. But the bark is medicinal, okay? When you extract the bark, and then when you preserve it, I think when you dry it and preserve for the year, then you can use it. You can grab the nettles any time of the year to get a supply of vitamin C, any time of the year. So it's quite like an example of abundance. Kind of steam, right, on a low heat.
And then you drink it.
Yes, yeah. As simple you can make a tea. Poultice, not tea, but poultice. Poultice meaning you don't have to just steam it, but you leave it on a low heat for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, until you will see that it releases the color to the liquid. The fresh one, you have to take a lot, okay, to make the same amount of tea, okay? But dried ones, you have to take less, because when you use dried ones, they kind of recover their natural abilities, they kind of expand in size after drying, like, because when you dry, you pretty much dehydrate them. You have to dry them in a good place, dark and dry place, but do not over dry them. Again, you can make tincture from the needles, infusion in vodka or any like heavy alcohol. This time of year you will see blue grapes on sale, Ontario grapes, but this one is pretty much wild version of them. This is the good instance of berries. Like, you'll see some berries are dark, some berries have this kind of film, right? This, so I remove it. Okay? This is nothing but yeast.
Oh, okay.
All of this cover of the film, of very tiny film, is the yeast, natural yeast. That's kind of, it's like crazy. The yeast is everywhere. It's on like every surface of the plants, the yeast is around us. So we breathe in the yeast. And we don't need anything else. You can make, you can use this yeast as a source for your sourdough bread. Natural yeast. You don't have to buy yeast. And that's why fermentation goes thanks to this yeast, the natural yeast. Yeah. Stinging nettle. This bush, and there is some over there too. Over there, a stinging nettle. So this one is a good friend, okay, of mine. You have to learn how to collect it because it's stinging, okay. You take it gently from the bottom, because when you pamper them like this, they're not stinging, okay. But when you do like this, then I feel the stinging because I've been stung. It's the blood stimulator. It's the best I know that helps your blood circulate. I know the old people back home in my country, they use bunches of them and sting themselves on the legs to stimulate the circulation over the legs. And besides the leaves, okay, the best time to collect the leaves is the May, because that's when they kind of young and potent. Right now, you can see the seeds forming up. The seeds have their own usage. They're too small because it's not a prolific area to grow for them. But people collect seeds to use them like in a flower.
Oh, and flower.
Medicinal, yeah. It's like make diversity in your food from the nature again. It's a good time to collect other seeds. We will see hopefully more plants with seeds. That exactly the good time. September is a good time to collect the seeds. Down below and on the cover, all of these ones are cleavers. They come in second time in a year, or even third time. They have some acid in them, but in young form they could be eaten right away or could be eaten. You can feel that they kind of hairy on the bottom of the leaves and then along the stem. Hairy, and because of their hairy ability, they are used to remove the kidney stones and other types of stones. Okay, they would like have to make a tincture. Besides the berries, you can use stems to make teas. Again, any time of the year, even if they stay over the winter, they don't die. They still contain the good nutrients. But again, same as with other wooden parts of the plants, you make the poultice, not the tea. You have to boil them a little bit to release the good vitamins and minerals. And in bloom.
Yes.
What is it?
Jewel weed.
You know how it comes in the weed?
Yes.
It can also come in the peas.
Which one is it?
There are many varieties.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Okay. Back to the jewel weed.
Seed pods. Julie?
The seeds taste like walnut. It pops like this.
You go to grab it, it pops in your hand, yeah.
Yeah, like she's doing. Okay, I take the seed pod. I let it released in my palm, and these are the seeds. Okay.
Do you eat the green or just inside?
You can eat the seeds only. Okay. The first application of jewel weed is it's the first source against the poison ivy. When you take this, okay, and you apply to the skin where your poison ivy is you damaged, okay, and it removes the itchiness. When we were foraging, I think in July or still in August, I applied this one when there was lots of mosquitoes. It definitely helped from mosquitoes.
It's on the other side.
It's a healthy mushroom.
Yeah.
Which one?
This one here. It's just a baby.
What's it called?
I believe it's an elm oyster.
Elm oyster.
With that mushroom.
I was telling someone, Oleg, now on.
I don't see more mushrooms. It's too dry for them.
Sorry, what is it?
Sweet pea, one of varieties of the wild peas.
Peas?
Yes, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
This is the American nightshade. Nightshade is the same family as potato and tomato. Can you see it from here, Peter? This is another instance of berries. They are like very young, not ripened yet. The berries are not edible. The berries are toxic. You don't eat any part of this plant. The roots of this plant are medicinal. When they're young, they are green, but then they become purple and then red. Because you can see similar berries on potato plants. You can only use roots of American nightshade for the medicinal purposes.
They do.
Pepper is also from nightshade family. The flowers are very potent for the heart, motherwort.
Which one is that?
This one, this. The top, all of the bloom. No, when they're in bloom. Now it's late. Do it in July when they're in bloom. So this plant looks like horseradish or sorrel, and they from the same family. This is the dock plant, D-O-C-K, and young leaves are edible, but when eat them a lot, you have to be careful because they contain the same acid as same as the sorrel. You cannot. You dig out the roots. The roots are very yellow. Okay. The roots are used to treat the urinary tract. I only made coffee from the root.
Oh, you can?
Root powder, yes. I mix it with the dandelion powder and the chicory powder made from roots.
The chicory is the root part that you use for coffee,
Yes, same, like this one and dandelion. I think I have separate video where I show how I make coffee from the roots. It's like find it in the superstore, the sumac spice.
Sorry.
The spice is made from the coating of the seeds. Pretty much all of this hairy stuff is converted into the spice. You can make it yourself, but it's a very tedious process. You pretty much remove the seeds and then dry them out and then leave the seeds alone, but collect only this hairy stuff. And you can taste them immediately, like big amount of vitamin C is released
Wow.
from this hairy stuff. The simplest is make a cold tea. Like take this, cover with the boiled water, let the water stay, let it cool down, drain it, and then drink.
How much of this would you put in?
This one is just like for 1 liter enough.
That's just that? That's all you need
Oh, yeah.
for 1 liter? Wow.
Yeah. Because when you taste, you will feel this vitamin C right away, like you eat lemon. These berries are very famous in Ukraine, like lots of songs and legends made just because of these berries. I remember even from my mother, she always collected them after the first frost. When the first frost hits, they become sweeter, okay? And then she always kept them like a home remedy against the high blood pressure. I can measure like my pressure right now, eat like glass of these berries, and my pressure will drop. High bush cranberry, that's kind of Canadian name. Otherwise, it's called viburnum. Anyone to try?
What is it?
Jewel weed, same same plant that we've seen before, but more abundant variety with smaller blooms in orange color and with seeds jumping over me, because same character. As soon as you touch the seeds, they jump out of my arm. And same ability is to make this skin protection. When you release the juice, you can apply juice on your skin to protect yourself from any itchiness up to the poison ivy itchiness. So that's how powerful is this plant. You unfortunately cannot preserve this kind of ability of the plant. You pretty you have to use the fresh one. Unless like I've seen like one old man which is expert on the plants, he's telling you can make the ice cubes. Then you can apply from the ice cubes, because in ice cubes you preserve the potency of the plant.